Hi, welcome to Shelley's Way to Wellbeing. Here, all us professionals try to look after ourselves better. And today, I have decided that I need to work more on the areas of my life that keep me fulfilled and me topped up, which is outside work hours. And I was realizing, even though I've got all of these aspirations on things that have nothing to do with work, actually doing anything about them hasn't really been happening very effectively. And I decided to rip the Band-Aid off and start to figure out how can I actually get myself to do some of these things, even though I'm very time poor, just like you. And this is what I've come up with. You will see really bad versions of this because I've been filming myself during out the week of trying to figure out how I can do this. And I think I've got it. So you're about to see, this is it up close, but you'll see terrible footage of what I actually did during the week. So here is what I wanted to work on for the 4 domains and areas for the week. So this was my chart for the week. And then I just had myself a little thing where I tear it off, and you'll see that in a second, just tearing off little tasks for the 4 life areas that I want to do each day, and then slipping it in my phone. And even if it only takes me 5 minutes to do something minor, at least I've made a minor step in the direction that I want to take outside my work. Here's the next one. Tuesday, I ended up ticking them off, how I went at the end of the day. Wednesday, and so on and so forth. Here's the lot. By the end of the week, I was actually able to tick off a bunch more things than I've ever been able to do before. So recently, I've got 4 main goals, and that is to make these videos in order to help you guys with your well-being. And in order to help you guys with your well-being, I'm also coming up with products for you in order to help you guys. And I'm doing sculptures for my town. Long story, I can't explain it now, but this will be huge to help my town. And then in order to keep my exercise up, these are my 4 goals that I have at the moment. So what I was finding in the afternoons that I wasn't actually using my time, because I work a lot, just like you, but I wasn't using my time. I look at where am I up to with my objectives, and these are all my objectives, and I have mapped them out about what I'm going to be doing and when. And I'm a teacher, so these are all in weeks and what I need to get done in terms of my videos and in terms of my sculptures. And here is where I'm up to at the moment. So I just look only at this line for this week, nothing more, only this one line for the week. Everything else is kind of like, we don't focus on that, just in this week. And so I've then transferred all of the to-do lists that come into this. This is everything that I have to do for the week. So today is Sunday, so I've already been for my 1-hour walk, and I've also tried to build the frame. That didn't go well. I've got to do something else there. Wellbeing products, I've got to finalize one of the charts that I'm doing, and this is what I had to make for you guys today. I've already done my thumbnail base last night. So filming this, so this is what I'm doing now. This is the way I thought in the mornings when I get up and I do my manifestation and I do my exercise at the same time. I will also look through my weekly list, which is all of this one, and figure out today what is one small thing that I can do that day in order to even just do one of these things. So these are within each one. It actually has each one of these headings there. And even if I only do 5 minutes of one of those things, that is what I will do in order to help myself work towards my overall goals. So the aim of the game is, once I've actually come up with what I need to do, I then tear that off, and then that goes with me. So in the day when I'm leaving work, I actually know that I've actually got to focus on these things after work. So rather than just leaving work to come home, I'm actually got an objective, and I'm going to take this with me about what I have to do that day. I plan to gym and jog this afternoon. I have to order more joiners for my sculptures, and I've done these in pencil so that I can change them if things aren't working out, thankfully. But because I have an exec meeting this afternoon, it's unlikely that I'll get to it. So I tear that off and take it with me, that these are my objectives in order to help me get out of work of the afternoon. Today's Wednesday. I've done another gym, another jog. And that is the one for today. And then yesterday's one that I had, and it's important for me to put it into my phone case here because I forget everything that I need to do. And so at the end of the day, I know that I have it there and I have to think about it. So yesterday I did that, I did that. I just fold that up. I realised that other people would do this with technical things, with, an online kind of to-do list or anything. That doesn't work for me. I need a written copy. I don't know, there's just something about that. I need a written copy. So that's it for today. Here's Tuesday. Here are some of the tasks that I'm going to be doing to draw me into the afternoon to get myself to leave work, achieving some of the goals here. And some of the ones that I have already achieved is I've done one of them, and one of them. And I'll be adding to those throughout the day and ticking off things on my weekly list as I get my jobs done. All right, we'll tear this off. I added a couple of other items. I've done them. I didn't get to do some of them yesterday because I forgot I had a P&C meeting. And this is my to-do list today. So this is what I have done each day, and normally I would get around to hardly any of this stuff, but because each day I'm just tearing off one little strip, then I'm starting to actually achieve things. And it's actually not about ticking things off the list though. It's actually about feeling a sense of personal success and trying to fit that into your work so you do have that work-life balance so that you are bringing up your emotional energy levels out of 10. I like to keep my emotional energy levels 8 or more out of 10. I don't always win, but that is my aim, to keep my emotional energy level scores 8, 9 or 10 out of 10. Right now, what is your emotional energy level score? Out of 10. You haven't even stopped to think, have you? Come on, what is your emotional energy level score out of 10? Mine's about a 7 because I've been sitting here at work. It's a Sunday. What? I know you do these things too, which is why you're watching this channel, because you're trying to figure out better ways to do things. So at the end of the week, I've actually succeeded at doing a bunch more things towards my goals because I've got huge goals beyond school, beyond my work. I'm a high school principal and I just want to make baby steps towards getting there. And the baby steps are okay. If you learn nothing else out of this, the baby steps are okay. For some strange reason, digital forms of to-do lists do not work for me. I need a paper version. I need something I can just look at. I don't need to be opening an app. I don't need to be getting on my computer. God knows I spend enough time on those things. I just want a piece of paper. And I tell you what, by having one of these little sheets and each day just jotting down what I can do in the afternoon, even if they're only very minor things, folding that and slipping it into my phone case so that at the end of the day I go, okay, what was it that I'm meant to be working on? And I can bring that out and start to figure out what I'm going to be doing when I do eventually get home from work. And it's something to try to draw me out of work and make me actually go home, because I tend to work too much. Do you? All right, let's see if this works for you this week. Make your weekly goals of what you want to achieve. Do not beat yourself up if you don't do everything on the list. Don't beat yourself up if you make yourself daily goals of what it is that you're going to be doing. Tick it off the ones that you did do, but don't beat yourself up over the things you didn't get around to doing. As long as you're making baby steps towards something, well, then you're winning. And the question you need to ask yourself is, how are my emotional energy level scores? If you're actually working on your goals, what are they like? Are they better than what they would have been had you not been working on your goals? And I suspect yes. I suspect that your emotional energy level will actually be better because you are working on the areas that are important to you. Okay, good luck this week. Weekly goals and little daily tear off things that you can take with you on a daily basis, I'd love to know how you go.